Hey y'all, it's Bree with Reads and Rituals, and I'm back with the reading. So, we're gonna get into it and see what Spirit has to say. I kind of didn't really think of a title, but it's definitely about alchemy, alchemizing the overactive heart chakra and elevating the root chakra. I did bring out the chakra deck today. Let me get the book out. And I am ready to get started. Let's just start with the traditional tarot deck. Soul Spirit. Oh Lord. A lot of cards came out. If you saw that, I'm not going to take anything. But let's just say there is someone still holding on your energy, but I feel like, Spirit is advising the collective to retreat inward and focus on oneself. What message we have for the collective, Spirit? I don't even have my shuffling down right now. Whatever. So we have the King of Wands. So there could be one or more people who have passion for you. Like I was saying in the last reading, someone wants to come in passionately, but I feel like Spirit is advising you to be standoffish because I believe that the collective wants a solid connection and they don't want anything willy-nilly. So it's kind of like, it's not even that you're rejecting anyone, it's just that you're making them wait with Two of Wands. You're making them wait. You're waiting for something solid. You got Two of Cups. And then you have the hanged one. So it's like you were enlightened and you're sacrificing companionship temporarily in the short term so you can have a long-lasting, fulfilling Two of Cups love in the long term. This person is looking with the world in his hands onto the horizon because he knows there's something out there for him that's fulfilling, but he's not, it's not like the Fool card where you're taking a huge leap and you don't really know what's in store. You see what's in store, but it's on the horizon, so you know it's going to take some work to achieve. Let's put this out. Let's get a few more to finish this little spread. So how should the collective alchemize their energy so they can attract the highest vibrational love? Because we discussed in the last reading how you weren't really successful in attracting love in this current condition because it was like low vibrational people who all kind of resembled the past, and we're gonna fumble a goddess instead of showing up the right way, showing up like a King of Cups upright, King of Pentacles upright. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So yeah, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. I believe you are removing yourself from these energies who are stalkerish and intrusive to your psychic energy, who don't deserve it. I feel like you're realizing your worth, and you're making with the Hanged One the necessary sacrifices to hold out for the right connection. So at the bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess in reverse. So with these connections could have really had you in a erratic state of mind, just very unbalanced and uncomfortable and frustrated and annoying. And I feel like your third eye was just too much. Like you know, you're getting out of that confusion and indecision, and you're just deciding to really go within and seek answers that seek the clarity, but you're doing it in a way that's very slow moving. You're not doing it in a way that's rushed. I wanted to get some chakra cards. Yeah, it's time to own your truth. I feel like you wanted to take the short way out. You didn't want to put in the work. And I'm not saying you didn't put in the work, but I'm hearing that the collective, I'm speaking for everyone in the collective, and I'm a reader and I'm a part of the collective too. And you know, we're like, hey, we already did all this healing. Less, you know, I should be attracting a new connection, you know. So we have the solar plexus chakra. I am centered, strong, and claim my true power. So like, I'm even talking about platonic friendships, relationships with family members, co-workers, associates, acquaintances. You were off center. I mean, the one that's the most intimate type of connection besides family, intimate meaning just close, is your partner. And because you were not fully alchemized, maybe you were accelerated in your healing, but you were not fully alchemized. And then it says the benefits of claiming your true power in your solar plexus is it inspires unshakable trust in one's abilities, increases strength and unwavering confidence, and supports a healthy ego. So it is, I mean, you know, you hear people saying, you know, having ego is like more of a negative thing, being too much in your ego. But there's still a thing to have a healthy ego, and not necessarily just attracting those with an over abundance of an ego, but just having the balance of, you know, ego and your higher self, you know, your lower self and your higher self. So because of those of us in the spiritual community, we tend to overcompensate with the spiritual side of things. And so it's necessary to ground the lower chakras. Spirit is wanting me to convey. Let's get one more to put on the other side to have a basis. So yeah, I'm hearing this, the lower three chakras, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root chakra all need to be centered and grounded before you. So that means that the heart chakra is in the middle. It's the bridge between the lower and the upper chakras. So in order to attract this stable life partner, the lower chakras need to be oriented in a way that they need to be more active. I feel like the upper chakras are active, the lower chakras are underactive, and so the heart chakra is really just, it needs to flip flop, you know, and it needs to merge into something that is, sorry for the noise, I didn't mean to do it that loud. It needs to be, blended in a way that's aimless. These cards are pretty wide, so it's hard for me to get one. I don't know how. I'm about to just, I think what I used to do with this, I used to just kind of like look away and pull one. Let me see. I'm not looking at it. Okay. Oh, this is the heart chakra. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, to bridge the gap between both chakras. So yeah, I am open to receiving happiness. And you know, true happiness is stable, longevity happiness. And my neck just cracks too. So that was throat chakra. Yeah, so I'm definitely, you know, lowering the use of the upper chakras, toning them down. I feel like the collective is very in tune with the universe, but now it's time to get grounded and feel secure and confident and just have like a routine in the earthly realm that doesn't have anything to do with psychic things, you know. Yeah, so 32, which reduces to a 5, so there's definitely a change that needs to occur in the middle chakra. I don't know why I like doing that, hitting the cards on the table like that. Anyway, I just kind of got into doing that. Let's get some number cards. So, now that we know, so yeah, you are the Queen of Cups. And you're freeing yourself with the 8 of Swords in reverse. Because you're making a decision. You're making a head over heart decision to ground yourself in the 3D and be more 3D in order to attract. Because you're so much in your psychic, you're so much in your crown and your third chakra that you're becoming disappointed. You know that there's more out there with the 5 of Cups in reverse, but you keep having these like superficial disappointments, and you know that there's more, but there's something that you're not attracting. And yeah, it's just speaking loud and clear. Loud and clear. We got the 2 of Wands again. So there's a waiting period. Not even necessarily waiting, because you're not just sitting there waiting. You're also active in this waiting. You know, like when you have a blessing on the way, you're not just waiting. You're also putting in action to get to that point, that goal. You want to be like the King of Pentacles. You want to be stable and secure in the 3D. So there's really need to get into your Virgo, Capricorn, what's the other one? Taurus energy. What else, Spirit? Yeah, we got the 2 of Cups again. So these 3 is the same. It's the same message. In order to get that soulmate, life partner, high vibrational, healthy relationship, grounding and centering is very, very imperative. So now that we know this, what are some things to focus on? So Spirit is saying this could take months, and I just said earth sign. So this could be a situation that could take some months. It's important to ground, to get into the earth sign energy. Let me look up qualities of an earth sign. They're all about routine, their money, for sure. Yeah, like your finances need to be grounded, and your routine, like your daily routine from when you wake up in the morning to when you go to sleep at night. Like literally, it's that simple. Like it's like when you're growing up, and whoever your caregivers are, they're teaching you how to properly get dressed, how to, your hygiene, your organization skills. Yeah, you're moving this is how you're going to move forward. Don't think that you're not doing the work by refining your routine, like cleaning up clutter around your house, going through your emails, cleaning out your purse, cleaning out your backpack, like just stuff like that. Like, you think if you're not meditating on your altar with crystals all day, that you're not doing what's conducive to bring about the connection you want. But Spirit's giving you a reality check and waiting room. So it's like you've already been working hard in reverse. So are you working hard or hardly working? So just because you're not on your knees or like doing some kind of yoga position ritual in front of candles 24/7 or whenever you get the chance, it doesn't mean that you're not doing the work. You don't need to always be spiritual, quote unquote. Spirituality is not only, it's the seen and it's the unseen. And even though the unseen may be where you manifest more and where you're able to manifest more organically, there is power in the seen realm, in the 3D realm. And I think that's one thing that those in the spiritual community, us chosen ones, need to get back into, like refining our earthly routine, because we're all about, we're Spirit's favorites. I feel we probably think we're God's favorites, because we definitely are tapped in, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna even more than the average person. But then there also is an advantage that the average person has, is that they're very solid they're more solid in their routine, because that's all they know. So that's kind of like, that's it. And and we have the advantage of knowing both the physical and the mental, the spiritual, the 3D and the 5D side. So instead of just overusing the 5D side, we need to orient ourselves both to both, because what's in between the 3D and the 5D, the 4D. So there needs to be some type of switch up, switching up of our, of our actions. Because if we're just getting more physical, like working out, taking walks, instead of eating out, cooking, actually cutting up fruits and vegetables instead of just getting everything to go or getting everything pre-made, solar plexus again. So that's gonna really get the solar plexus working how it should, and being in the present moment, because a lot of the 5D is focused on like the future or the past, but in our 3D realm is literally the present. So this is, keep it a bug. So Spirit is being real with remorse, addicted, and true love. So in a way, it's like feeding into one part of yourself could be an addictive quality, and we're looking for true love. So we have to be grounded and balanced in all areas of our life with remorse, and time will tell. So yeah, time will tell, because in a month's, whatever month, however many months time, of refining our routine, of going towards our material goals, we will be grateful. There's no remorse in making sure, like, you're on top of your bills, you're on top of, if you're in school, on top of your homework, on top of your tasks at work. Like, if you don't purchase any crystals for 2 or 3 months, oh well. I mean, it's like, if you don't get any more tarot cards for a few months, oh well. If you don't, and even part of that is maybe like make some plants, plant something. You got family in reverse. So I'm feeling like with this, it's like fostering your relationship with yourself compared to outward relationships. If you gotta draw back in. So you may think know that you always yawn toward the end. I think that's like my sign from spirit that to wrap up. We keep meeting people who are not what we want and who play games because we're all in la la land, with sacrifice, and we're meeting people who mirror something back in ourselves, and it's that part that we're missing. Let's get some of these soul helper cards to let us. Okay. Oh, nature is calling you, and nature is grounding. It says it wants to touch, fulfill, and protect you with its healing powers. So walk barefoot, dancing if you like to dance, or even if you don't, like, listen to your favorite music and just dance barefoot. There's power in that. That's spiritual. I mean, the 3D is part of spirituality. We did reincarnate, for those who believe in past lives, here on earth for a reason. To have this experience on earth. So I mean, they say we only get one life, but we only get one incarnation to do what we have wanted to do in this incarnation. So like, let's make the most of this incarnation. Let's get a couple more. Whew. Yeah, it says lost in the ruins of the past, and you see how this is the heart chakra with the green. And then lost in the ruins, this is third chakra and crown. We get lost all up in our head and trying to like be psychic. Not saying we're not, and just tune in. The universe is saying tone that ish down. It says find the way to the present moment and live. Deep clean your house, Cook yourself a nice breakfast, a full-blown breakfast, like the whole shebang. The pan, like for the American type breakfast, the pancakes, the eggs, the bacon, the toast, the bread, the jelly. I mean, that's a lot, but I just like make a full-blown platter breakfast. You know what I'm saying? And it says, live in this world as a dreamer, create a future paradise. And I feel like this is crown chakra energy, but in order to really ground the root and the crown, the inner chakras have to be aligned. And we are all as spiritual beings seeking that future paradise in this lifetime. And part of that is doing what's necessary to achieve this true love that we have not, and to learn the lessons from our past in order to move on to the next phase of life, and a lot of us are in new beginnings, and part of that is learning what spirit wants us, what journey spirit wants us to go on. And a lot of us are on the path less traveled by, and we have heart chakra again with the love I express returns to me tenfold. This is a big one. 3 + 1 = 4. So a collective message also that's been going on is one-sided relationships where maybe there's feelings involved but not a lot of reciprocation on the other end. One person is the giver and the other person is the receiver. There's not really a balance of yin and yang on both sides, where there's 6 of Pentacles, like in the beginning of the reading, equal give and take. And the King of Wands, this is a huge action card. So these are the first 2 cards out of the reading. This is what you want from each person. And this is the spinal twist. So that will probably bring a lot of relief to the, not even probably, I'm sure it'll bring a lot of relief to the heart chakra. And having the mindset. So like once again, that's easing the heart chakra and not putting in too much work and compensating, overcompensating in the upper chakras, and you know, what's the opposite of overcompensate? And just basically ignoring or neglecting the lower chakras. Let's get one more chakra card. So we got 2 chakra cards so far. 2 heart chakra cards and 1 solar plexus. So let's get one more. Doesn't want to pop out. I'm gonna have to just pick one and look away. I'm gonna have to do it. Okay. Uh-oh, what was that one? What was that one? Oh, so this is the crown chakra. Okay. That's what I was just talking about. So, meditation. So everything gets released through the crown chakra. I am healthy, happy, and whole. See, and this one says integrates and balances all the chakras, allowing energy to flow freely, protects and expands a healthy aura, calms and clears the mind. So, as I was saying before, the crown chakra is where it gets released and up into the universe, and the root is what grounds you to Gaia. And the heart is in the middle, the bridge. You could be having chest pains from being an overgiver, and foot pains from feeling like too light on the ground, being too clumsy, because you're not grounded in your own energy and filling your own cup properly. And if you're extending your upper chakras, you know, your neck could be tense. You could be having throat and respiratory issues. So this is all in good. Spirit is really proud of the collective for everything that's been learned and gone through. It's just a part of the journey, and now we're on the next step. You know, a lot of us chosen ones have the same similar upbringings and hardships in our childhoods and in a young adulthood, and even in adulthood, the patterns that we implement and where they have originated from, and reparenting ourselves. And you know, some of us are parents, and you know, learning how to build strong, stable foundations is the next step. So, all in all, how I want to end this message, Spirit, we have, I don't know what I'm trying to say, I'm pretty much at that mark time-wise, but what deck do I want to pull from? The number cards, since I might pull a couple numbers, a couple tarot. Okay, so what are the last messages? So let's get some homework for the next time I get on here. So, Spirit, what's some homework for us, for the collective? Queen of Swords. So this is a feminine energy, but cutting out things that may have been comfortable and familiar. I feel like this is another like dark night of the soul. But more in a lighthearted way. I mean, I know it's called Dark Night, but it's basically aligning chakras, and the chakras that you're unfamiliar with or not as familiar with. That's pretty intense. So yeah, with the two of Pentacles, balancing and juggling, you know, toning down. I don't have another way to say that, but rebalancing, like toning down, like I said, like, you know, the upper chakras, and opening up of the lower. That's going to be a balancing act. So that's kind of the homework, just kind of learning how to balance your routine and refining what's already done in the 3D, because I kind of like what we do in the 3D is like robotic, like it's automatic, it's second nature, but once you put more thought and effort and time into it, it becomes something different, you know, something that you take pride in it, you know, like there's beauty in that too, with the Lovers in reverse. So it's just a choice. It's not even a choice. It's like, it's something that we all need to do. We all need to take time for one area of our life, and then we have to know when to take time to balance the other area of our life to create the one life. Last card, little ones waking up. Oh, okay. It's like trying to come out. The Magician. So we have all the tools. Aries energy. We have all the tools that we need to make this happen. It's number 1. You could be saying 111 or 1212. Things have to be done in a sequence. And the first chakra is what? The root. The second is the sacral. So 1212. So work on the first 2 chakras. And that is it. This is Bree with Reads and Rituals. Have a good one.